Ezra Levant here outside the Share Shamayim synagogue in Toronto. You can see it's Saturday morning, so Jews are coming in by foot. It's actually an Orthodox synagogue, so they wouldn't be driving on the Sabbath, and I would be breaking the Sabbath by making this recording, but I think there's something I want to tell you. As you can see by the police behind me, and as you can see by the lineup of police cars, this synagogue was attacked last night with gunfire, as was another large synagogue in Thornhill, north of Toronto. 2 attacks in one night, certainly not a coincidence, an organized, terrifying terrorist attack, just like there was a gun attack a few days ago at Temple Emmanuel. That time I caught up with the Solicitor General, who is an Orthodox Jew himself, and I asked him basically why they're doing nothing, why they're not arresting people, including, for example, there's 700 Iranian agents operating in Canada with the permission of the Canadian government. They're not being arrested, they're not being deported. And the Israeli Minister for Diaspora Affairs, Amichai Chikli, has written a letter to Canada's Public Safety Minister, Gary Anandasangri, saying Canada is one of the most dangerous places, the most potential for anti-Semitic violence. As far as I know, Anandasangri hasn't even written a reply. Now, I was checking on my way over here. There's about 5,000, almost 6,000 officers in the Toronto Police Service. And in the OPP, that's the Ontario Provincial Police, there's about another 5,000 more. So that's 10,000. And then there's the RCMP operating in Ontario. So there are thousands and thousands of police officers, but not one of them is stationed outside Jewish synagogues, Jewish schools, Jewish restaurants on a permanent basis. And I think it's time we should consider that, because Canada is now like France. Because of mass migration from third world anti-Semites, it's now a hostile place for Jews, especially Jewish institutions, especially Orthodox Jews who are identifiable because of the yarmulke or whatnot. So France has made the decision to import millions of anti-Semitic third world migrants, but at least France has a seriously armed police officer outside schools, outside synagogues, outside restaurants. I've seen that throughout Europe. Canada has the anti-Semitism part down, but it refuses to deploy police. And I think there's a few reasons for that, because first of all, I just don't think they care. I don't think they're willing to come to terms with the fact that they let in so many violent people. And I think it's politically, they don't want to acknowledge that violent anti-Semitism, the anti-Semitic crime wave, is a thing. All they talk about is Islamophobia, which is practically non-existent. And if they do talk about anti-Semitism, they immediately balance it by talking about Islamophobia. In short, I think because of that demographic change that has been engineered by both parties federally, but mainly Justin Trudeau and Mark Carney, there are so many anti-Semitic extremists who now live in our country that to do anything public and of a public profile to protect the Jews is simply politically unpalatable. I don't think you're going to see Olivia Chow, the mayor of Toronto, come by. I just don't think she gives a damn. In fact, we've learned that her campaign staff are actually on a lobby group that is for the Iranian regime. I think Doug Ford might say some banality and then go back to sleep. I think his Solicitor General will make excuses and point the blame elsewhere. I guess what I'm saying is this synagogue behind me, and the one north, and the one that was at the other day in the Jewish girls' school that's been shot up 3 times, and the other synagogue that's been vandalized 10 times, why would that stop? I see news that the immigration minister is about to give permanent resident status to 33,000 temporary foreign workers. There's 33,000 more foreigners who have not been vetted for security reasons, let alone cultural fit. We have brought in millions of people who hate the West, who hate our freedoms, and have a specific hatred for Jews too. Last night, that was gunfire at this synagogue and another one. Do you doubt for a second that there's a professional terrorist organizing hand behind that? I mean, it's very nice to have the Toronto police here today. These are nice young men. They'll be gone in a day, and this synagogue will be left alone with the people that Justin Trudeau and Mark Carney have brought into our country. I don't know. It's Canada was a wonderful place to grow up Jewish. I should tell you that. I mean, it was so easy and tolerant. But Canada has been changed deliberately by Trudeau and Carney. Now it's a place where synagogues are shot up, and it's not even going to make the front page news because why would it? Happens every day. It's not even news anymore. For Rebel News, I'm Ezra Levant.